And our news richness in the studio says elder statesman Edwin Clark is currently speaking to newsmen in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, of several national issues rocking the nation. And now we'll be joining our Abuja bureau for the press conference.
Okay. Come on, go on.
Okay. Open letter to the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetekun. My dear IGP, arrest yes on Wike now with a warrant of arrest. I want to begin by saluting your continued service of our country and that of the very many gallant officers of the Nigerian Police Force who daily stay awake to keep our nation safe. However, I want to add my voice to that of millions of Nigerians who are incensed at some recent development in the polity, which require your urgent attention. That is, with respect to the recent open threat by the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, who happens to be the former governor of Rivers State, to set fire in some other states. As your men who were in the audience would have reported directly to you, Nyesom Wike made this open threat to other 12 PDP governors while attending a called Bad Congress of the PDP in Port Harcourt on Saturday, 31st August 2024. There is a High Court ruling in Port Harcourt in suit number PAC/2282/CS 2024 against that exercise. Instead of vacating that ruling through an appeal, Nyesom Wike's group went to another court of coordinate jurisdiction in Abuja and got a ruling to hold the Congress. This is a completely wrong court process and should not be allowed to stand. For as long as the first court ruling is persisting, the PDP Congress held by Wike and his men remain a nullity. During this illegitimate PDP Congress, without caution and self-restraint, Wike openly voiced that he will ensure that the other governors do not have peace in their states for their support for the incumbent Rivers State Governor, Sasin Fubara, his ex-wife Proti, with whom he is having a running battle. In his words, now trending in Nigeria, just in case your men did not inform you, and I quote, "Let me assure all of you, not while we live will anybody take away the structure of PDP from us. But let me tell people, I hear some PDP governors who say they will take over the structure and give to somebody. I pity those governors because I will put fire in their states." After many attacks, he continued, "Whether you are from Bauchi, I don't give a damn. Whichever state you are from, as far as I know, that you are trying to put your hand in Rivers State, your hand will get burnt and you will never sleep in your state." End of quote. My dear IG, at well over 97 years of age and having held various positions in government, including being a minister of over 50 years ago, I am shocked that a public officer who is an appointee of a serving president can descend to this level. When we worked under General Yakubu Gowon GCFR in the Federal Executive Council, the code of conduct which we were expected to keep, especially as it pertained to being instrument of public order, was at the highest level. No wonder three of my cabinet colleagues, General Murtala Mohammed, Alhaji Shehu Shagari, Olusegun Obasanjo, all went on to become heads of state and president of Nigeria, while the rest of us continued serving the country at the Senate or as governors in our various states. It may seem light to some, but to imagine that these words came out from a serving minister is most unbecoming and indeed a flagrant disrespect on the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, who appointed him, and a threat to public peace. Even more serious is the fact that this is a violation of the laws of the country as it stands now. Wike as a lawyer should have known better, as one who has been in the same profession for more than 60 years. And as an elder statesman, I know that one of the greatest offenses that can be committed is to incite anarchy and threaten constituted authority of the state, as it is a sure means of inciting and causing unfavorable response in those states, especially amongst the youths, against the government in power, either at a federal or state level. As a matter of fact, what Wike has done is a form of treason, as is inciting his supporters and those in the other states to rise up against constituted authority. Let me also remind you that the laws of this country, especially the Public Officer Protection Act 1957, provide protection for public officers from harm, intimidation, and violence. Furthermore, assault on public officers, Prohibition Act of 1985 again details clear penalties for those who directly threaten public officers. Also, the Violence Against Persons Protection Act 2015 shuns violence including physical harm or, as an instant case, putting fire against public officers. Not least is the Police Act of 2020, which mandates your force to protect public officers, maintain law, and prevent crime all over the country. What all this shows is the fact that this particular minister, Wike, has gone overboard in his macabre dance. As we always say, nobody is above the law, and the law must take its course. If you could, in the past, arrest Sowore for similar or less implicating threats against public peace and public officials, if you are right now leading prosecution in law court against people who participated in End Bad Governance protests, what are you waiting to act in the case of Wike? Remember that you are under oath to uphold the law as a serving Inspector General of Police, including the fact that you will not be partial. I am sure your PhD degree in Peace and Security Studies at Al-Hikmah University in Kwara State, which you earned and defended, has also taught you clearly that no citizen of the country has a right to threaten the peace of the country and be treated with kid gloves. I want to deviate a bit to perhaps educate you on the so-called structure Wike has been insisting on holding on to. Today you are the inheritor of a structure which goes back to Louis Edet, the first indigenous Inspector General of Police of the country. Since then, there have been 21 Inspector Generals of Police. You are the 22nd. How many of these 21 come daily to intervene in your work, claiming that it is their structure? Similarly, virtually all the former governors of the 32 states are either ministers or serving senators. How will the country be if they are all talking about structures which they left behind and threatening to put fires if those structures are inherited by their successors or the incumbents? In Rivers State itself, the truth is that structures have existed, and in order to grasp this issue, there is need to go back a bit into history. Rivers State was created on 27th May 1967 as one of the first 12 states created when the nation moved from regionalism with 4 regions: Eastern, Northern, Western, and the Midwest. In no particular order, no state before Wike was born on 15th December 1967. Incidentally, the man who muted the idea of state creation in the country to the then head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, was a Rivers State man, the late Pere Harold Dapabriye. Until his death, he was the leader of the Niger Delta region, and I was his deputy. Today, by the grace of God, I am the leader, in addition to my other roles in the country. Pere Dapabriye did not hang his life on Rivers State because he muted the idea for its creation. He did not claim the political structure. In addition, some of the other original owners of the structures in the state are still alive. Having himself benefited from late Chief Melfred Okilo, Second Republic Governor and Secretary to State Government, the oldest serving governor is Chief Rufus Sauda George, who held sway from 1992 to 1993, during which Sir Peter Odili was his deputy governor. Odili inherited this structure and served as governor from 1999 to 2007. Upon completion of his mandate, he handed over the same structure to Chief Rotimi Chibika Amechi, who served as governor from 2007 to 2015. Thereafter, this same structure was handed over to Barrister Nyesom Wike. It may interest you to know that it was during this process that the present Minister of FCT, who was a young lawyer, and struggling to make a living in our motor parks, showed great efficiency in managing the motor parks in his local government. So he was recommended by then-serving Senator John Mbata to be made the local government chairman during the tenure of Odili. Thereafter, he served Amaechi as chief of staff before the same Amaechi recommended him to Goodluck Jonathan to be a minister. The question I want to ask, if all these persons I mentioned come to claim to own the structure, where we be as a country, and where would be Rivers State for Wike to tell his supporters that no one will take their structure, not why they live? It's a deep-rooted incitement capable of causing anarchy. Let me advise you that Rivers State is too strategic to be left in a chaotic state. As the oil headquarters of the country, this continuous state of threat to peace, including the fact that your men have taken over all the local government area headquarters, constitute a threat to peace and security in the entire Niger Delta. Even more is the fact that the same Minister of FCT, whose interests your men are protecting, has gone beyond Rivers State in now threatening every other state with PDP at the helm of affairs. Nigerians demand nothing of you but to arrest this man and get him to retract his open threat of anarchy. You have no other choice than to re-examine your conscience. Wike also said, because, and I quote, because I heard they got some money from signature bonus, and so their heads are getting big, that you will put hand in my own state. Prepare, because I have the capacity to also do the same thing in your state. End of quote. He is accusing the PDP state governors that they are using signature bonus monies given to them to take over his political structure. Who gave him the structure? How did he get the monies he is spending? He is alleged to have acquired several properties, including the Hyper City spread across Port Harcourt. One of the branches of the Hyper City is built on a state-owned land which was used as abattoir. He evacuated people from there and acquired it for himself.